Okay, folks, I'm going to welcome up our last act for this evening. Please welcome to the stage Nathan Hugh Robért.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, how's it going? I've been making some short films, not short in length. All the actors under 5'5". Because I'm 5'4", and I feel like representation is important. You know, we need to see short people positively represented on our screens. You know, like Game of Thrones thinks they can cast one dwarf. One dwarf, and all the bases of short representation will be covered. I'm not talking about dwarves. In fact, they got too much screen time, if anything. Snow White, the Minions, the Paralympics, it's overkill, okay? I'm talking about salt of the earth short people. You know, when is your grandmother gonna get a Blockbuster? Jockeys have to beat a horse just to get some screen time. It's not right, everyone. The short film industry is in shambles, okay? We've got Tom Cruise standing on boxes just to make himself look taller. I mean, I get it. I've stood on a box or two. It's intoxicating, okay? I mean, look at me on the stage right now. The high I'm experiencing is incredible. It's like I've eaten a fistful of lollies or something. Do you know what the issue is? So we don't have any classics. We don't have any classic films that we can turn to as the short community. Except maybe Little Man. Little Man. Little Man, the 2006 classic. That was my bridge to Terabithia, everyone. That was our Oppenheimer, okay? Little Man. Shawn Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Brittany Daniel. Brittany Daniel. Brittany Daniel. This is why I'm making short films, because mother truckers like you don't give a flying duck, apparently. And I'm sorry to swear, but it's that kind of show. What I'm saying is, we have had Sherlock Holmes. It is time for Shortlock Holmes. We've had Wonder Woman. It's time for Wonderful Small Women. Just forget it. My love language is acts of service. That's why I keep falling for veterans. I found that out on Anzac Day. I was at the dawn service. That flag was flying at half-mast, but this pole was fully erect. Okay? And I'm sorry, I know that's offensive, but it's just freedom of speech, you know. I'm just practicing the rights that those boys fought so hard for. And boy, did they fight hard. Meow, you know. A friend of mine, he told me that he likes to go fishing alone at night. And I thought, man, just admit that you are depressed. Because if you want to go down to the beach, sit in the dark and stand to the abyss, that's fine. But it's not about the fishing. It's about how you feel. Like, I don't think you understand this. He is practicing catch and release to distract himself from his emotional needs. Like, he needs to spare the rod, spoil the inner child, okay? What I'm trying to say is, if you feed a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man how to fish. You create a nightmare of emotional avoidance. Like, man, I think we just need to face our feelings head on. Like, we just need to put Linkin Park on the U-boom and fucking go through it. I'm serious. I'm the same. I've got all sorts of hobbies, you know? 1 minute I'll be having fun, next minute I find myself in a salsa class and I think, God, I am going through a bad patch right now. Seriously. If I find myself in another community hall twirling around a stranger, I'm going to sound the alarm, SOS. Because that means I'm one bad day away from a silent disco. And I don't know what the bottom of the barrel looks like, but I'm pretty sure it's just bouncing around on wood chips at a farmer's market wearing headphones, screaming, Mamma mia! Here I go again! No, man. I've got a good group of friends, strong so-called men that rally around me. And we hang out in a pack, you know. Watch the cricket, smoke vapes, play with knives, that kind of stuff. And my one friend, he suggested we play a game of strip poker. I was wearing a onesie. No socks, no shoes, no underwear, naked in one round, everyone. I don't have the mental fortitude to handle that kind of embarrassment, okay? Like, I don't think you understand. I'm in such a dark place that Joe Rogan's asshole is starting to look like the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? A Uniqlo sale is the Band-Aid keeping this guy from a mental breakdown. Some of you didn't get that. Uniqlo is like Gazman for people that still have hopes and dreams. That's what we're talking about here. Seriously, my life is a cocktail of depression and anxiety. And right now, this martini is shaken and stirred. Like, I'm stressed. I'm on my 4th round of preventative chemotherapy, you know. Nothing crazy, just a monthly top-up. Rather be safe than sorry, okay? Like, sometimes I think the only thing I've got going for me is a firm handshake, you know? And the worse I feel, the tighter my grip gets. I'm squeezing with my right because I've got nothing left. Like, my diet plan is drinking Diet Coke and hoping for the best. I went to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and it turns out all I can eat is my usual serving of food. Just one big piece of humble pie every time. Like, I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, get in shape, because I feel like an outlaw with bad breath, unwanted. And I've had a few people say, like, we need to have a conversation about male body image. Oh, there's a conversation, all right. It's a 3-hour podcast on protein and calisthenics. Like, women, you've got feminism and self-care. Men, we've got fitness and emotional suppression. Like, I'm at the point of playing with Lego just to make myself feel powerful, you know. I've got hundreds of thousands of little Lego people, you know, finally an army to carry out my commands. And I set them up around my bed at night. And I hop under the covers. Some of them, they crawl in there with me. Occasionally we kiss. My head pressed up against their hard plastic chest. A little slice of paradise. Now, I know this sounds boring to a lot of you, and it sounds vanilla, but I assure you, once those lights are switched off, things get freaky. I'm talking freaky deaky. I'm talking Dr. Phil on a boys' trip kind of freaky, okay? The Bible got it wrong. God did not turn the sodomites into pillars of salt. He turned them into little plastic figurines. Because I'm talking kissing, sucking, and fucking everywhere. I'm talking missionary, 69, threesomes, foursomes. They want it all. And of course they want me to join. I'm the hunk of the bunch. I'm the George Clooney of the Lego world. call me old-fashioned, but I'm a lights-off kind of guy, you know? I'm a lights-off during sex kind of guy. It makes me feel more comfortable. I still keep the head torch on, you know? I'm not a freak. Having sex in the dark is like going to the cinema and asking them to unplug the screen. Like, I've paid a lot of money for these tickets. I'm going to see this movie in high definition. Head torch on. Plus, with the torch, when the mood dies, you can just turn it to the flashing setting. Nightmare, 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 you know? Get the heart pumping, the blood racing, get the mood back on track. Not everyone is sold on the head torch idea. Promise me, just give the head torch a try the next time you have sex. If you don't want to do it alone, we can do it together. We could make a Facebook event. We can all coordinate it. We can do, we could be like a bunch of Chilean miners at a Coldplay concert. Yes. Oh, yeah, yes. Having sex when you're circumcised is like watching a 3D movie without the glasses. Like, it's okay, but I know it could be better. Because my friends with the glasses tell me how good the glasses make the movie feel. And they're always bragging about that complimentary cheese, you know? I asked ChatGPT what it was wearing. It said nothing. I thought, ooh, game on. You know, I don't want AI to take over, but I do want it to take me over. Show me who's daddy. I want machine learning to teach me a lesson. I want the algorithm to shape me into the naughty boy I could be. You know, ChatGPT, more like gorgeous, playful tease. You know? I cannot wait for Elon Musk to take over the world, you know. I want him to hack into my little mind palace. Because I'm not so much concerned about mental health. I'm more concerned about mental wealth. Like, when are we going to monetize our thoughts? Like, imagine that. Earning $1 for every thought you had. How great would that be? You know, like the panic attack I have during sex would be like working a night shift. Every time I overthink that text, I'd be one step closer to being a strong, independent woman. A lot of people, they call me cute and adorable. And as someone well into their 20s, you know, it feels patronizing. I feel like people, they don't see me as an equal. They don't see me as a sexual being. No, that's not funny. That's not the punchline. The third line's the punchline. The second line's just a bit of truth. I don't understand what you're laughing at. What, you can't imagine me being sexy? Is that? I'll have you know I'm an acquired taste, okay? I'm like whiskey. Most people don't want to touch me, but your father can't keep his hands off me. Yeah, that's right. Me and your father, we fucking. It's like two tadpoles having a fist fight. It just don't make sense, okay? I'm gonna start the joke again. I swear to God, if you laugh, I'm gonna fucking snap. This is how school shooters are made, everyone. Take note, okay? You heard my set before. You know you're like throwing gasoline on a fire right now. Okay. I haven't even said the first line. The third line's the punchline. I feel like I can hear you go. I feel like let's get something straight, everyone. I'm a small business owner, okay? That means I don't have a boss. I'm self-employed. So it's just me and my tyrannical mind. So all this giggling, all this snickering can turn this into a toxic workplace like that. Yeah. The mental health policy of this company for the past decade has been, it is what it is. That lifeboat's got a few holes in it, and HR, they're not going to do anything about it. Because I am HR. That's just the name I give my thoughts. Harmful and relentless. Maybe you would understand if you got offered the kiddies menu at your own wedding. And I've been married a few times. That's a lot of fish fingers and chips, everyone. My spirit animal, teacup pony. And I know what you're thinking, teacup pony doesn't exist. You're right, there's a teacup pig. And I would be a teacup pig. The only problem is, I'm not a messy eater, and I've got a horse cock. So it's just not gonna work. Hey, thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night.
Oh, how good was that? Fuck yeah.